The RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League is on the air. RobertsTechJobs.com, your Midwest leader for temp to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you're an IT professional in the Midwest or looking to relocate, go to RobertsTechJobs.com and be sure to let Bill know that the ISL sent you. This broadcast also being brought to you by Hanover Fist Racing. Terry Adams, thank you for all the setup help that you do, all the countless hours you put into making sure that our racing is as great as it can be, and thank you for the new intro music to these broadcasts. David Llewellyn and the DHL Express, Mr. Hoot Baker, and Motorsports Graphic Design. If you've got something going through your head, you want to see it on your car, give Tyler Graff a call, and he'll make all your in-sim graphical needs a reality. And let us not forget Robert Lacavara and Convergent Composites. Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you tonight, being joined by Mr. Chris Bouchard, and we will be joined shortly by Mr. Martin Miller. Chris, welcome to the broadcast. How the heck are you?
I'm doing fine on this Tuesday afternoon.
Well, Tuesday afternoon for you left coasters. It's quite dark out here over on the right coast. But so slight change of venue for those of you who are keeping track. You heard us say Richmond in the Sunday broadcast. However, we are obviously not at Richmond. We are at the beautiful Kansas Speedway. And that decision was made very last minute last night, as something is definitely not kosher in the Iracing world right now. The car was doing some very weird things. So we erred on the side of caution. We negated the Richmond race. It's basically just completely taken off the schedule. So be it. It is what it is. Currently looking at the practice session, we got about 4.5 minutes left in that one. Mike Whitaker going quick time so far with a 25.298. That is flying. Good grief. Kevin Paskowicz, 25.318. Chris the Punisher Parkman, 25.333. Colin Scott, one of our Mazda drivers, coming up just to play around, have a little fun in the and get used to the bigger cars. Hoping to be able to move up next season. Going fourth quick so far. David Llewellyn rounding out your top 5. Alex Green putting up a top 10 time so far. Good to see him up there. Quentin Young, Forrest Sparks, another one. Good to see Forrest in the top 10 so far. Isaiah Dupree, Gary Bauer. The list goes on. The regulars, for those of you who follow the ISL on a regular basis. So slightly overcast skies here in Kansas, cyber version of Kansas, anyways. And Chris, you've had a chance to turn some laps in this car. What do you think we can expect tonight, as far as handling wise?
The best way I could describe this setup and this race and the entire combination is kind of like a NASCAR race at Daytona and Talladega. They're going to be flat foot the entire way around, and they're going to be hugging the bottom of the track.
Now that's in clean air, right?
Yeah, sadly I did not get the chance on running in dirty air in practice, so we'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. One of the things I did notice about the setup, though, was in the tri-oval, when it transitioned from the slightly banked tri-oval to the bottom, the car gets a little unsettled, so we got to watch out for that. Maybe something will happen from that.
Well, now that is something that you being new to the ISL, that is something I do need to caution you about, and something you're going to need to watch, being as your race control tonight. Drivers are not allowed to use the apron, except to enter and exit the pits or to avoid a caution or avoid a crash.
Oh, okay.
So the only time they're allowed to actually go down on that flat part of the tri-oval portion, as you see it in the view that we're getting from high above the track right now, we're under that white line. The only time they're allowed under the white line is in qualifying. And we
Oh,
do
okay.
we do that because there's a lot of times where two cars will be running side by side, and the guy that's actually on the track has the right of way and doesn't have to let the other person back up. And it's led to more problems than it's solved. So we just decided, okay, that's an out of bounds line for this league.
Right, that's something I should have known.
No, well, it's things are coming to me as I remember them because we've been doing this. This is race I believe 16. Let me double check that for you here. This is race 16, so we are 16 weeks into lovely season 2 of the IR05 season. So and that came about, I believe. Oh, jeepers! When did we do that? Michigan, first trip to Michigan, I believe. It was early in the season, and it was done just as a safety precaution to make sure that as few people die per race as we can get.
Yeah.
So,
How are the points how are the points looking?
points race right now is tight. With only, I believe, five or six drivers, and without having the stats right in front of me, which I don't have because for some reason the site never loads right for me on race night. We've got 4 or 5 guys locked in on wins, and then we're going to fill the remainder of the 12 contender chase field on points as of right now. So qualifying, getting ready to qualifying, practice, getting ready to wrap up here. Some blistering times in traffic. Mike Whitaker just bested himself with a 25.298. So that's moving. And if you go all the way back to series sponsor Bill Roberts in 12th place, we're less than 0.2 of a second between first and 12th at a track that is as technical as this one is. So that's really saying something for the level of talent that we have here. And if you'll bear with me, Chris, I am going to... I believe our other broadcast partner just logged in. Let me see if I can get him added here. Add person to this call, and we shall do so right now. And trying to connect here. And I believe Martin Miller just joined us in the booth. Martin, welcome to the booth, sir.
Well, thank you.
Qualifying getting ready to get underway right now. First couple of times starting to trickle in. Sam Cooper Bennett throwing down the gauntlet early, going P1 right now with a 25.731. As far as not having any drafting help, that's pretty well moving right there. So, Martin, we were just going over how basically the everybody was getting ramped up for, Richmond, and then blip, there it goes. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Martin, but you're actually stepping out of the big cars, as we're referring to them as, and you're just going to be running the Pro Mazda series with us, correct?
That is correct for pretty much 95% of them. From time to time, I'll probably cherry pick, but that's pretty much it.
So, are you excited for Five Flags this week?
I'm not sure if I am or not. I don't have much knowledge of that, so I'll have a look at it and we'll see.
Well, you ran Martinsville with us.
I did.
It's the same setup.
Yay.
Well, it handles a little bit better because Five Flags has a little bit of banking to it, so something to really look forward to. And I'm going to point this out. Team Paskey's Mark Vega. Nope, Tyler Graff bumping him off the pole there. Times are coming in fast and furious now. As I think there was an oops made when the qualifying session was set up. It was supposed to be 10 minutes. They only made it 5. Chris the Punisher Parkman going quick time so far, 25.5, 25.552 for second place Tyler Graff. Team Paskey's and Team Bofa's Mark Vega, the two teams are merging there. Currently third quick. Greg Napier joining us again. Good to see Greg back. Gary Front Row Bauer coming back hard with his fourth lap there. 25.509 to go second quick. Then we got Tyler Graff, Mark Vega, Greg Napier, Isaiah Dupree, Kevin Paskowitz, John Napier. So father and son both in the top 10. That's something to watch out for tonight. David Llewellyn sitting in the 10th spot, getting bumped out by Jake Gordon, who goes 5th quick. So a lot of bumping going on. Minute left in qualifying right now. As you see the times up on the screen, we'll give you the starting order here momentarily. Just waiting for the timer to run down.
League, and I appreciate him doing this for us, especially letting me the chance to get back on the track tonight. I want to thank Martin Miller for helping the booth and helping Tony. Way to pitch into the league there, guys. Really appreciate it. Just a few things. Call your pits off turn 3. I'm sorry, pit off of 3 right there where the line is in the backstretch. And then make sure you just call your pits beforehand on that. Be extra careful on the apron. It will spin you, not only on the track, but especially coming out of pit. Probably would have been a good practice and fuel run. But want to apologize for Richmond not working out, but do what the league tells me to do. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Let's have some fun.
Also, drivers, please don't forget, below the white line is out of bounds. The only time you should be below that white line is coming into or going out of the pits or to avoid a caution. Race control has been instructed to black flag anybody caught going below the white line under competition. So, cars getting ready to grid up now. As we are waiting for the grid. And why is nobody... Oh, come on. Of course it's going to do this to me tonight. Alright, so everybody getting ready to grid up right now. Chris the Punisher Parkman and Gary Bauer are going to make up row number 1. Mike Whitaker and Tyler Graff, row number 2. Row 3 goes to Jake Gordon and Mr. Mark Vega. Greg Napier and Isaiah Dupree going to make up row number 4. Row 5 goes to Kevin Paskowitz and John Napier. David Llewellyn and Sam Cooper Bennett make up row number 6. Row 7, Bob Lacavara and Johnny Antonucci. Quentin Young and Joe Morganti are going to make up row number 8. If Colin Scott is in the field, you can remove him now, sir. Chris?
Yes?
Is Colin Scott in the field?
No, he was just parked.
Okay. Marvelous. So row number 9 is going to go to league sponsor Bill Roberts and defending IR05 Series champion Cody Eldred. Row 10 is going to be Mr. Dominic Burns and Mr. Forrest Sparks. And starting shotgun on the field, league owner Alex Green. 140 laps, the scheduled distance here. Strength of field, 1530. As we see the cars rolling down, I believe they're entering the 3-4 complex as we speak, getting ready to take the green flag.
Green flag, green flag.
And Chris Parkman waiting a little bit on the field there. Gets a great jump. Gary Bauer fighting with Mike Whitaker and Tyler Graff for the number 2 slot right now. Parkman down.
Trouble.
Yellow flag is out.
And that didn't take long at all, did it, folks? Isaiah Dupree eating the wall hard. Let's take a look at what took place there. Why is that doing that? So let's back that up a little bit. There we see Isaiah and Greg Napier. What on earth happened there? Still couldn't make out what took place, so let's go to a rear chase. Side by side coming out of turn number 2. Greg getting a little death twitch going on there. Watching Isaiah's car as they go into 3. Isaiah just came down on him. Just tried to pinch him. Greg kind of had nowhere to go. He was already down on the low side. At least that's how...
I saw a little bit of netcode in that incident.
Well, if that's how you want to call it, sir, that's how you can call it. Because you are race control. Let's back this up again. See if Greg came up on him any. Let's watch that at half speed. Here they are coming down the back straightaway. You see Isaiah on the top side. Greg's on the low side here. Watch the lines on the track and
hey, wake up.
You make the call yourself. And the standings are still in the center of the screen. Thank you, Terry, for pointing that out to me. So nobody can see anything. Oh, I hate my life. Let's see that one more time. Coming down the back straightaway. Watch that black line to the right of Greg's car. I think it's part from column A, part from column B, part from a racing incident, and part from netcode. So a little bit of everything going on there. So race control, you make the call however you want to make the call, sir. And if you want to just leave it to the competition committee, so be it. So 4 laps in, Chris Parkman showing the way right now. Gary Bauer, Mike Whitaker, Tyler Graff, Mark Vega, Jake Gordon, Kevin Paskowicz, David Llewellyn, Bob Lockevar, and John Napier, who leads his son Greg Napier right now. And Greg dropped back to 11th from 7th. Not sure what's going on there. So. And Martin, don't be shy. Feel free to chime in anytime you want to here as far as what you're seeing on the track, sir.
Will do. I made my own clerical error. I'm going to fire my secretary myself. And apparently I didn't purchase Kansas, so I missed the lobby trying to purchase Kansas. So I'm watching your stream as you're doing it.
Well,
and that was in the screen, but I have been watching and I saw whatever happened. But I'll try to comment whenever possible.
Well, bear with me a second. You can log in as my spotter. I am going to send you my password right now so that you can spot my password, spotter password.
All right.
As it's written, all caps. And you are definitely welcome to log in as my spotter so you can see what I'm seeing.
Thank you very much.
Not a problem, sir. So, all right. A little bit of a miscue there. And I don't blame you for not having Kansas. We were supposed to be at Richmond tonight. So, last minute change.
And I have Richmond.
Right. Hopefully you have Five Flags, too, because I'm looking forward to running with you there on Thursday night in the Pro Mazda Series. Field is 2x2 again as the lights are out on the pace car. Parkman and Bauer on the front row. Whitaker, Graf, Vega, Gordon, Paskowicz, Napier, Lacavara, and Antonucci, your top 10 as we get ready to go back to green flag action here at Kansas Motor Speedway.
And man, we still have a long way to go, so hopefully these drivers will drive really smart.
You've not seen an ISL IR05 race recently,
Green flag, green flag.
I joke.
No, I have not.
But Parkman getting a great jump again. Just be glad you weren't at Pocono with us. Martin can attest to that one.
Yes, I am. That is why I'm now in the booth.
So Whitaker to the low side under Bauer, taking Graf with him. Bauer hung out to dry on the high side. He's losing one. Could he lose two here? But this has been Gary Bauer's MO most of the season. Drop back a little bit. Try to keep those tires underneath the car. The only problem is, unfortunately, Gary's been caught up in everybody else's crap all season long. So Parkman, Whitaker, Graf, Bauer, Gordon, your top five. They've got Team Paskey, PH Awareness, Vega, and Paskowicz with them. And then there's a little bit of a gap to John Napier, about half a second back off of KP. Everybody seems to be getting nose to tail, single file, trying to feel it out, knowing that there's 130 laps left in this beast. Parkman still showing the way. Whitaker to the outside as they come through the tri-oval. Mike Whitaker not afraid to go top shelf. Worked for him in the past. See if it's going to work for him tonight or not. But he's got a gaggle of cars underneath, and looks like Tyler Graf, who was working with him earlier, is going to hang him out to dry. Whitaker looks like he might just be trying to be putting some rubber down on the high side for now to hopefully get it to work later. He's got both Team Paskey cars coming up behind him, though, on the high side to try to give him some help. Looks like Vega and Kevin Paskowicz working the high side now. Little death wiggle there as a little glitch happens. Gary Bauer catching the apron, able to recover, not earn himself that dreaded black flag, so good on Gary for that. And Vega has caught Whitaker. Let's see if he can help him on the high side there. Whitaker giving a ton of room on the high side, almost like he wants to drop back right now. Fuel strategy starting to play a role already as the master of fuel mileage, Mike Whitaker, dropping to the tail end of this lead pack, who have long since checked out on Joe Morganti, who currently sits 8th. This 7-car breakaway, almost 2 full seconds around this 1.5 mile track. Chris Parkman continuing to show the way. Tyler Graf, Gary Bauer, Jake Gordon all biding their time right now. Vega looking second line, trying to get some rubber laid down there. Kevin Paskowitz still holding the low line. These guys
that second pack is getting really racy.
The second pack's getting really racy, but they are 2 seconds back up the road. And Napier and Morganti are side by side. Cody Eldred right on Morganti's transmission tunnel right now. Napier's got Bob Lacavara behind him, 2 wide, and that's why that lead pack is checking right the hell out. 2.5 seconds already with that lead breakaway pack of 7, as they're running nose to tail and just putting distance between themselves in this battle that we're watching for 8th place. I'm sorry.
That lead pack is about half a second faster than that second group.
Easily a half second faster, because they're 2.5. They went from 2 to 2.5 seconds just that quick. They're at least a tenth a lap faster. Make that 0.2. These guys just turning laps side by side. The good thing is, with all those cars running in that high line, Morganti, Eldred, Antonucci, and I believe that is Alex Green back there. With those guys running that top shelf, that's laying some rubber down. So later on, when it's going to be needed to make passes, when the tire wear starts to come in, as we get later into this event, that's going to help out the guys that are trying to make moves on the top side. Whoa, little scary moment there as Antonucci almost clobbers Forrest Sparks. Everybody stays clean and green, though. I didn't see any contact. It was just a first you say it, then you do it kind of moment, though.
What a save by Forrest.
Oh, absolutely. Going down on that apron at that speed is scary stuff, especially when you're going into turn 1 like he was.
Especially with these cars. These cars are so hard to save once they're sideways.
Tell that to Kevin Paskowitz, because Sunday night, well, that was a DW12, but Kevin was doing some dirt tracking Sunday night, and I don't know how the hell he saved the car as many times as he did. Meanwhile, up front, no real change. Vega has taken over 3rd from Gary Bauer, though. And Bauer comes back on him. Looks like they're running side by side. Yes, they are. That's really starting to heat up there. Gordon in the low side right now. Vega going top shelf, trying to get that top line worked in. As we are 21 laps in, Parkman, Graff, Bauer, Vega, Gordon, Paskowitz, Whitaker, Morganti, Napier, and defending series champion Cody Eldred currently holding down the number 10 slot. So I was told that 27 laps under green is about all we can expect out of these cars. We're currently cranking for lap 22 for most of the field. Eldred and Green have already taken a pit stop. They are 19 and 20 laps respectively. So we're not that far from green flag stops, guys. Martin, were you able to get in with us?
Yep, I'm just now getting in and put my headset on and looking around.
Cool. So we've got a 7-car breakaway up at the front right now, and they are almost 4 seconds up the road from everybody else. Team Paskowitz.
Oh, they're wrecking.
Who's wrecking here? John Napier.
Alex Green.
Slow. Alex Green.
Yellow flag is out.
Looks like he's got a little bit
Caution's
of damage.
out.
Who died? Sam Cooper Bennett. Not here. Isaiah Dupree. Let's take a look at what happened to Isaiah. Oh, boy. So there we see Isaiah in the blue and black Energizer car. Ooh! Johnny Antonucci catching the apron. Isaiah Dupree catching the apron. I'm going to go back and see what happened with Alex and Quentin there. That was Cody. There you see Alex right behind Cody. Got Forrest right behind Alex. And that was Napier who put Eldred into the wall. John Napier in the 99. Let's watch that from a chase cam now. John Napier just slid it. Looks like he just slid it up the track. Here they are coming through the trioval. You see John in the orange car. And you see Cody. You see Alex right behind Cody there. Cody in the 1 car. Looks like John may have just touched the apron. And all hell broke loose around him. Just caught the apron in the entrance to 1. And that just shot the car right up the track into Cody Eldred.
But
so,
that wasn't not the cause of the caution. The cause of the caution was Isaiah hitting the apron coming off of 2 and spinning it down the back straightaway.
Well, the thing was, that should not have brought out a caution because he was at the tail end of the field. What happened with Gary Bauer?
I thought I saw Gary Bauer getting a little squirrely after that little altercation happened just now.
Well, here we are. The caution's already out. Gary's checking up. Coming through 1 and 2. And makes contact with Tyler Graff. So, caution's already out. Gary Bauer makes contact with Tyler Graff on lap 27. But as far as that whole melee that took place, I can't really put that on Isaiah simply because he was trying to avoid what was going on the top side, caught the apron, and around she went.
I totally agree with that. I can't put blame on Isaiah. He was trying to avoid a incoming wreck.
And did anybody claim it? You have chat turned on in game, right?
Yeah, I didn't hear anyone claim it.
Okay. From what it looked like, at least to me, this is my less than expert opinion. Here we are riding with Johnny Antonucci. That's what brought the caution out. Okay. Johnny Antonucci was trying to do a chase cam of Johnny's car. Johnny was trying to slow down and avoid what was happening on the outside, and Quentin Young tagged him in the tire and got him sideways.
Which lap?
The lap that the caution came out on. So, a lap ago, 27-ish. At least that's what I saw. And
I see him just getting sideways and staying and keeping it.
Well, we can discuss that later. We can call it what we want to call it. Field getting ready to go back to green here. Vega staying out. Ballsy move by the Florida man transplant, or New York transplant in Florida. Chris Parkman, everybody taking tires and fuel that time. Vega staying out. Not exactly sure why he didn't pit at all. Who knows? Vega's been known to do some crazy stuff, and hats off to you, sir, if you can make this one work. Apparently he's thinking that we're going to get a quick caution here. Lights are out on the pace car. Pace car getting ready to duck on off. Pace car is off, and Vega buries the throttle right through the floorboard, getting a great jump on both Parkman and Jake Gordon. Parkman able to get a better jump than Gordon. Gordon asleep at the switch. Not sure what was going on there with the youngster. Normally, Gordon's a little more on it than that. But Parkman and Gordon right now in a pulmonary hypertension awareness sandwich with Team Paskey's Mark Vega and Kevin Paskowicz running first and fourth right now. And they're starting to put a little bit of distance between themselves and Tyler Graff and Mike Whitaker, who themselves have over a half a second in gaining on 7th place Dominic Byrne. Parkman pushing the daylights out of Vega right now. Vega, Parkman, Gordon, Paskowicz, Graff, Whitaker, Byrne, Sparks, Napier, and Lacavara, your top 10, as we are turning lap 31 of 140. Vega's got to be close to bingo fuel. I mean, I know you gain a couple laps under caution, but Vega's got 32 laps on his fuel stint. He's got to be close to bingo. We're going to stay with this this battle here to see what what takes place.
They're real close together. You just saw the nose cone go almost under Vega just now. That number 2 car behind.
Well, Parkman's not afraid to push with these cars because with the IR05 you can push. The DW12 not so much. But with this car you can push like a stock car.
Which is lovely. I have participated in that quite a few times, so.
It's scary the first time you do it. You're like, holy crap, why are all the buttons starting to flash now? And then and then you realize it's like, bloop, there goes a 0x. Like, what the hell? Somebody's pushing me.
Actually, the first time that happened, it was both Mark Vega and I. He pushed me around the track pretty well.
And Vega is out of fuel.
He is indeed.
Apparently, he missed that earlier when they said that.
Spitting, he's gonna make it.
He just barely gonna make it. You can hear it spitting, you can hear it popping, but the rest of the field is now long gone up the road. And Vega,
now he's praying for a caution now.
Oh, absolutely. He's going to go at least one lap down. David Llewellyn currently 2 laps down. Sam Cooper Bennett is looks like he had connection issues.
And man, I think Vega's day is going to get a little worse because I did not hear him call out he is pitting.
Did he text
Negative.
it?
Negative.
He didn't text it either?
Negative. I'm looking at the text.
Okay, well, you know, rules are rules. It's got to at least do a pass through.
He got a 30-second black flag.
There you go. Tough break, you know, from the penthouse to the outhouse, as the old saying goes. Chris Parkman currently showing the way right now. Jake Gordon, the young gunner, right on his transmission tunnel.
Looks like they're approaching. Who is that they're approaching? Is that Vega they're approaching?
That would be.
Oh, he's getting out the way.
Yeah, that is Vega.
I did not hear him call pit in. I even reviewed it.
And okay, fair enough. I'm not going to argue with you. You are race control, and
somebody said he called it in. I never heard it. They said they heard it.
Okay, if they heard it, who is saying that they heard it?
Bob Lacavar. There's probably about 4 or 5 drivers that said they heard him.
Okay.
But I'm in race, and I didn't hear it at all.
Well, you guys are race control. You know, do what you need to do. If you want to wave excuse the black flag, that's completely your call.
Well, he's already cleared it, so I wouldn't argue with it at this point anyway.
Then we're good, as we are still under green flag. 14 laps into this run for the vast majority of the field. Parkman showing the way. Gordon, Paskowicz, Graff, Whitaker, Byrne, Sparks, Napier. John Napier, that is. Bob Lacavara and Quentin Young, your top 10.
Thank you, by the way, for pointing out which Napier that was. You know, the first couple times I raced, I was not under the impression or had the knowledge that there was more than one.
Well, we have currently a father-son duo. That's Greg and John Napier. We used to have a couple of brother combinations with the Holmes brothers, who have since decided to race elsewhere. And
Yellow flag is out.
Yellow flag is out. Let's see who.
Quentin
Young.
Huge wreck out too.
Whoa. Joe Morganti.
Quentin Young and Joe Morganti. Quentin sticking the landing there.
All right, going back.
So we see Quentin next to John Napier. It's Bob Lacavara behind him.
Two of them bumped each other. It is, what's this orange car?
That
John
would be
Napier.
John Napier. Let's go to a chase view and see what took place there. And Joe Morganti having virtually nowhere to go.
Quentin Young came down on him.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing also.
Well, let's see what the chase cam shows as we are now chasing Quentin. You see John in the orange car just to the inside. Let's watch the black lines on the track. And yep, Quentin came down and starts riding the wall, gets it sideways, and spins right in front of Joe Morganti, and then just gets annihilated. I didn't see who the other white and red car was. I believe it might have been Cody Eldred.
There was a secondary.
2 white and red cars blasted.
Oh no!
Yeah, let's see if that was Cody.
I'm watching for it now.
It looks like it might have been. You see
wow!
Yep, it
there
was.
It is.
Cody just caught a race car to the face. So that's going to work out for a good majority of the field. Whitaker staying out. John Napier staying out. Bill Roberts staying out. From the looks of it, yes, Quentin Young did come down on that one, chopped down, still towing. So, because he's still towing and he's going to be at least 2 laps down by the time the tow is done, I don't see any point in actually issuing an EOL at this point. Just, placing blame on Quentin for that one for failure to hold his lane. So looks like Cody got that car fixed in relatively quick time. Stop of the night so far, Tyler Graff, 32.9 overall, or 5.9 in the stall. It was a 32.9 stop. I mean,
Which one?
I'm sorry, what?
He's talking in game chat.
Okay. So Jake Gordon with a 32.7. So he and Tyler's teams definitely juiced up on Red Bull tonight. Mark Vega gonna take the wave around, get one of his laps back. John Napier in control of the field right now. So Napier, Gordon, Parkman, John not taking a pit stop there. 19 laps on his stint right now, getting that all-important bonus point.
Now, how far did Mark Vega go when he went bingo?
He went 2 laps down.
No. I mean, how many laps did he go on that?
33. But we had
33?
two cautions during that time.
So you're talking, what, 26, 28 laps on the tank?
They said 27 if you're solo.
Okay. So a little bit more than that in a group then.
A little bit more than that in a group. You figure John's been, in a pack. Could have conserved some fuel there. Could save about 3 laps of fuel here. So, he just crossed for 20 laps on this stint. The lights are out on the pace car. I'm thinking John could probably make it
6
to lap 56-ish, somewhere around in there. We're currently on 46, so call it another 10 laps before he's going to have to start thinking hard about wanting to pit. So John Napier, Jake Gordon, your front row, Chris the Punisher Parkman, Kevin Paskowicz, row 2. Dominic Byrne, the Irish Invader, and Forrest Sparks make up row 3. And as they come into the turn 3-4 complex, Bob Lacavara, Johnny Antonucci, Greg Napier, and Alex Green back into the top 10. Good to see Alex up there. Good to see Forrest up there. Good to see Kevin up there. Those have been the Cardiac Kids this year. If they finish, they've been in the top 5. If they haven't finished, though, they've brought the steering wheel back in their hand, handed it to the car owner.
John, he wasted no time.
Absolutely. John, one of the better starters when he gets a chance to do so. If he gets out front in clean air, John Napier is dangerous. And I mean that as good luck getting around him. He's going to make you do it the hard way. Napier, Parkman, Gordon, Paskowicz, Byrne, your top 5. The top 3 starting to put some distance between themselves and Kevin Paskowicz. He's starting to reel him in a little bit. And just as I say that, Parkman goes to the high side. Gordon stays on the low side, pushing Napier.
There's a little bit of contact there.
Between whom?
Between Napier. Oh, he's going to the wall. Okay, he saved it. Who's that number 2 car?
The
original number 2 car. I was going to a chopper view right when that happened.
That's Parkman in the 20, in the black
Parkman
and blue.
Just barely nicked Napier.
And you can see it. He's got the damage on the left side. You can see a little wow in that transmission tunnel, the radiator pod.
Oh yeah, he just barely nicked him with that with the front wing.
And everybody playing dodge him with Chris Parkman has allowed the top 3 to pull out to almost a half-second lead. Napier, Gordon, and Paskowicz are starting to check out on Dominic Byrne. As just as I say that, Byrne catches a draft. Parkman side by side with Greg Napier right now.
Looks like previously Parkman got some bad luck with a little bit of aero push and tried to overcome. He overcompensated and went to the wall.
Well, even with the color of his car being that you can't really see it that well, you can see a wow. Black cars at night piss me off, but you can see a wow in that left front wing. It looks like a fat chick sat on it. No offense to anybody that's overweight. I can say that because I'm overweight. When a 300-pounder calls you fat, you're fat. Jake Gordon
immediately hit the gym.
Not so easy. Not so easy to do when you're recovering from a broken leg, though. Jake Gordon looking for Napier's leaving just a little bit of room coming off of 2. And Gordon and Napier leaves the hole open. Gordon sticks his nose in there. There's contact. And Gordon goes on Mr. Toad's wild ride through the grass. And you can see the wow in the... no, it was... there was contact.
Yeah, he went through him on my screen.
And Napier has damage. He is losing speed.
He's got wheel damage for sure.
He's got wheel damage, and he might be running out of fuel.
Oh, it is 54. You said 56.
He might be running out of fuel because, and he's up a creek right now. Luckily, it's his kid who's giving him the hold to get back down. Father and son running nose to tail. Looks like it's Dominic Byrne dropping back a little bit.
Sam Cooper Bennett had issues with Sam left.
Looks like
He got
John.
himself stuck in the wall.
Well, Sam's had connection issues, and it looks like he is towing, so we're okay there. As Greg Napier gets it sideways.
Catching some pretty good blinks from the red and orange car. Let's look and see what car that is.
Red and orange? I don't see a red and orange.
Well, it's red and orange on my screen. That may be that, Trading Paints has been having
Napier
fun with us
pitting
lately.
in this time.
Okay. As he catches the grass, tries to keep it down. Paskowicz to the lead. Paskowicz, Lacavara, Parkman, Byrne, Greg Napier, Johnny Antonucci, Forrest Sparks, Alex Green, Mike Whitaker, and Isaiah Dupree, your top 10. Isaiah having trouble early, bouncing back right now, coming back to your top 10. They are starting to pull away from defending series champion Cody Eldred. Eldred and Graff have worked together the past couple of weeks, and they've been quite successful at it. As Sparks and Antonucci throwing bombs at each other going down the back straightaway. "61 laps in the books." Kevin Paskowicz continuing to show the way in that pulmonary hypertension awareness car. I would like to point out there are a ton of
Whoa.
that
John
looked healthy. John Napier merging back up on the track and almost collecting some people with him. That was quite dangerous. But getting back to what I was saying, there are quite a few drivers representing some different charities right now. Pulmonary hypertension awareness on the Kevin Paskowicz, Sam Cooper Bennett, and Mark Vega cars. I believe Dominic Byrne also running some pH-aware paint schemes. And then we go back.
Oh!
Whoa!
I reckon.
Oh, boy. Oh, no! Oh,
Yellow,
they're still
yellow,
going.
yellow.
Oh, no.
And just as I was about to say, Forrest Sparks going on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Please don't break dance. Please do not break dance.
Whoa,
luckily,
arrow push.
luckily he landed it. But that is...
Bob Lacavara.
somebody might want to tell Forrest that his tires aren't on the ground. Forrest driving for Extra Life, which is gamers raising money to help childhood cancer. So good on you for that one, Forrest.
Netcode.
That
was Netcode.
Well,
Bob Lacavara.
Let's back that one up a little bit. We're watching with Bob here in the black and gold car, coming down the back straightaway through the 3-4 complex. A little bit of that was not netcode.
They did not touch on my screen. He came down, but they never touched.
I'm saying what he's saying. They did not touch.
They did not. He caught some arrow push. You can see that, but they never touched when he came down far enough.
Well, you guys got to remember that there is a bounding box around this car, and it's a known issue. So that was.
I thought that was the other car.
No, this one too. It's worse in this one.
Ah, well then he hit the bounding box hard.
Yes.
He came down a little bit too much.
Yes, he did. Now, yes, could you fit,
Yeah, I could have ran between those cars.
I mean, yes, there is daylight, but it's one of those, is contact inevitable? Here we are coming down the back straightaway. We're at half speed right now in the broadcast. Let's take a look and see what we've got going on here.
Contact is indeed inevitable.
Bob gets the arrow push off Kevin, tries to bring it back down. Parkman with 2 tires right on that white line. I don't even know who to blame or how to blame that, because contact was going to be inevitable no matter what. As John Napier just catches a race car to the face, Mike Whitaker luckily goes through the crashing Bob Lacavara. However, you can see in the background there in the stream, Johnny Antonucci getting a piece of it, Forrest Sparks getting a piece of it.
Oh, man.
Looks like Vega caught a piece of it as well. No, that was David Llewellyn. I'm sorry. So David Llewellyn catching a piece, Bob Lacavara catching a piece, Quentin Young maybe catching a piece, definitely Forrest Sparks. So, and John Napier. So, lots of people catching lots of pieces.
Did KP catch a black flag or something? He's on the apron going around letting the cars by. He didn't pit.
Yeah, he did.
He did pit?
Speeding penalty.
Okay.
I would guess either speeding in or speeding off, and knowing KP, it was probably speeding off, because KP's got a little bit of a lead foot. So, not his first rodeo this season. That's going to hand the lead of the race over to Greg Napier. You see his father, John, directly in front of him there. John looking to get the wave around. John was 2 laps down. He's now 1.99 laps down as we sit here under caution.
That puts Alex Green in the top 5.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Alex was able to snake his way through there. And you know what? I'm going to bring him down to the broadcast booth and do a little quick interview with him.
Was moved to your channel.
Alex Green, Tony up in the booth. You got me, bud?
Yes, sir.
How much of that last melee did you get to see?
All I know is I came out of turn 4. I saw smoke and I saw cars spinning, and I just remember laughing because I had told Isaiah, yeah, you can stay behind me, I'm staying back.
Probably a good course of action. A lot of good cars got caught up in that one. You were able to avoid it for the most part. As the lights go out on the pace car, we'll let you get back up there. But congratulations on running up front right now. Let's wish you best of luck in the rest of the race, Alex.
Hey, I really appreciate it. Be
Jack,
everything
you
to
don't
win
mind
here.
as well.
User was moved out of your channel.
All right, so Alex Green starting second. Greg Napier up on point. We haven't seen Greg up in the front since Daytona, I believe. Napier, Green, Whitaker, Eldred, Dupree, Graff, Morganti, Bauer back up into the top 10. Parkman back up into the top 10. League sponsor Bill Roberts running 9th currently. Good to see him back up there. Joe Morganti able to rebound after some early issues. Good to see Joe back up into the top 10.
Right off the bat.
Green, green, green.
And,
He pushed the pace car out the way.
And much like his father, it comes by it honestly. Greg Napier jumping out to a way
Boy, look at that gap.
half a second over Alex Green and Mike Whitaker, who run side by side down the back straightaway. So as I was talking just before the caution came out, a lot of drivers running charity themes on their cars tonight. Mike Whitaker, Parents Against Distracted Driving. Something to every parent should be involved with, is this 6-car breakaway now starting to really put the distance between themselves and Joe Morganti. Morganti dropping back like a stone right now.
Race control, watch Whitaker. He's blinking wicked right now for some reason.
Yeah, I'm watching him.
Let's see how many blinks Mr. Whitaker has. 3.
No way. He's got at least 10 just now. We were watching him.
Okay, no, I'm sorry. That's 63.
There you go.
I'm not kidding. It is 63. Jake Gordon with 17 also. I'd like to point that one out, as they are getting rather chippy right now for the number 3 spot. Isaiah Dupree on the high side, Mike Whitaker on the low side. Cody Eldred trying to push Whitaker. Whitaker goes to the high side, lets Eldred by. And Graff, Eldred and Graff have been working together the last couple of races here, and it's done well for both of them. Cody jumping up to the second line, trying to get some rubber laid down, as Isaiah Dupree takes him up to the wall, just pinches and kills all of Cody's momentum.
Yeah, Graff and Cody, those are teammates. If I'm not mistaken.
I don't believe so. Last I knew that Tyler...
You said Cody Eldred, right?
Yeah, last I knew Tyler was not in Tyler's not in Team 3 Musket Beers.
Well, they've been working together quite a bit the last 4 races.
Yes, they
suspect
have.
There's something going on there.
Yes, they have. I would like to take this time to point out that series sponsor Bill Roberts currently sits in the 10th spot. This broadcast is brought to you by RobertsTechJobs.com, your Midwest leader for attempt to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. Just go to RobertsTechJobs.com and be sure to let Bill know that the ISL sent you, as
A little bit of contact.
Starting to get chippy. Good grief. You would think this is the last 10 laps with how chippy these guys are getting. As Roberts looks to the inside of green, Jake Gordon on the high side, and that looks like who is that?
Alex Green got a little bit of arrow push, and it was a chain reaction after that.
I was trying to see who was behind Bill Roberts. That's Quentin Young, who's a couple laps down right now, fighting hard to get the lucky dog should it come out. He's got John Napier, though, only 1 lap down, though behind him on track. Greg Napier continuing to show the way as Tyler Graff gets to the inside of him. Greg and Tyler both 11 laps. Cody Eldred pushing the daylights out of Tyler. And here comes Barry Bauer on the inside as well. Greg Napier is a man on an island by himself right now, as Dominic Byrne that was Joe Morganti getting a good blink going. Graff, Eldred, Napier, Bauer, Morganti, Dupree, Green, Gordon, Roberts, and Parkman, your top 10 as they currently sit. We are just past halfway, closing in on lap 80 of 140. And they are getting real chippy up towards the front. Greg Napier fighting arrow push as hard as he possibly can right now. Eldred showing the way.
Now, I did miss the practice, and because they jumped to this different tracks, I missed the initial jump in and practice and qualifying. So how bad is the aero push on these cars when they're drafting like that in turns?
On cold tires or tires that still have the goodie left on them, as I like to call it, they're fine. Once you get about halfway through a fuel run, the fuel load starts to burn off, you burn the goodie off the tires, aero push is real. And Greg Napier is finding that out very quickly as Gary Bauer gets to his inside and shuffles him back to third. Your battle for second right there, 0.05 at the line. Sorry, 0.005. 5 thousandths of a second between second and third.
Oh, that blue car just went up. We got a wall rider.
Greg Napier sliding on the wall. You may want to throw a
flag is
caution
out.
for that one if it. Yeah, there we go.
He was riding the wall.
Yes, he was. And that was.
And I was riding on board with Joe Morgatti, and he hit the apron going into turn 3.
And that's what I was just about to ask, was an apron involved. Let's watch what happens after the contact, though,
Indeed.
as it looked like all hell broke loose with Morganti. Morganti came down into Graf, and transmission tunnel goes into the track. Morganti goes on a wild one as they're stacking him up behind him. It looks like the teammates.
Somebody else got a piece of him.
A lot of people got a piece of him. But Vega goes on a ride through the grass, just getting back on the lead lap. Looks like he might be able to limp that one back around. Crab walking a little bit. Kevin Paskowicz checking up for that one. Looks like Quentin Young may have caught a piece.
Dominic Byrne caught a piece, but he caught it on the bounding box, so he's all right.
Well, even if you catch it on the bounding box, it sometimes does trigger damage.
I didn't see any, so there might be some.
Well, we'll see what happens here. As Cody Eldred staying out to get that all-important bonus point. Why, I'm not exactly sure.
There is no other field behind him.
Well,
They haven't caught up yet.
Well, no, here's the thing. Cody's already qualified. That's why he did it. There's a little bit of a rivalry between Cody and Quentin. It's basically the Battle of New York right now, as both of those drivers are from the upstate New York area. So Cody's basically staying out so that Quentin can't get a wave around. So that's something to keep an eye on there. However, he's also sticking it to Forrest Sparks as well, unfortunately.
All right, Cody's going in.
And man, right before that wreck happened, I was about to say, look at Joe. Look at that freaking, look at that comeback he was coming, because he was upside down, flipping down the front straightaway earlier in this race, and he was battling for second when that crash happened.
And Cody misses his pit style. Overshoots a little bit.
No.
Has to use reverse. That is going to hand the lead of the race over to Gary Bauer. Gary in the Tequila Patron livery. There you see the Forrest Sparks directly in front of him with the Extra Life on the side of the car, very prominent there. And again, that's one of the charities being represented by our drivers here. I believe Tyler Graff has a couple of different ones, pH awareness, and I know he's going to kill me for this one, but because I don't remember what it is. But it's something, and I do apologize if I screw this up. It has something to do with brain cancer research.
Pulmonary hypertension? Is that what you're talking about?
He has pulmonary hypertension on the car, but he also has something for brain cancer research. It's on the top of the transmission.
Who is that?
Tyler Graff. It's on the top of his radiator pods in front of the pH aware. Dominic Byrne running pH aware. I believe Mike Whitaker, we said, is doing Parents Against Distracted Driving. And if anybody else is running, I apologize if I'm missing some, because I know I am. So
He's got a whole lot of endorsements here, so I can see how you'd miss that.
Well, they're all charities, and that's the one thing I love to see these drivers doing, is representing the charities. I believe Gary Bauer has pH aware on his car as well, so something to keep in mind. Lights are out on the pace car. Gary Bauer, Jake Gordon, Alex Green, Tyler Graff, Isaiah Dupree, Chris Parkman, Dominic Byrne, Bill Roberts, Mike Whitaker, and Kevin Paskowicz, your top 10 as we currently sit. And we are 46, going to be crossing for 47 of 140.
So at this point in the race, where exactly would you put the sweet spot looking at the drivers, looking at what has been going on lately, there's always a spot that you kind of want to be in, to where you're not really going to be in the deep of it, but then if something happens, you got enough time to avoid it.
The broadcast booth.
Oh, they're
And
spinning.
that's
Oh,
exactly
right
why.
there.
Yellow flag is out.
Black and purple car. It looks like he.
That
he
was
spun.
Vega.
Oh no. Oh no. There's a bad checkup.
He had a lot of help.
Yeah, he was pushed.
Oh,
They
yeah,
both
there
were
it goes. He got run over from behind by at
Yep.
least.
Oh, two other cars.
Oh, let me
David Llewellyn.
find Greg,
Ooh.
because Greg got a piece of that one.
David in the 11 is taking the blame for that.
Okay,
He has
called it out
so
himself.
the 11 will get an EOL. Yep, there it is. You can you can see it right there.
The start of it.
And that's what happens when drivers wait on the green. As much as I hate to say it.
I did just say there's a sweet spot.
Yeah, the sweet spot is the broadcast booth. Because if you've noticed, we've had racing at the front, there's been crashes. Racing in the middle of the field, there's been crashes. That was at the tail end of the field, there's been crashes. The safest spot is in the broadcast booth. So
Now, telling you from my perspective, I would have been in somewhere in that group that just got taken out. That is just below the top 10.
oh, so would I. There's
So,
an excellent
I
chance
just
that.
got mutilated.
Oh yeah, same here. That would have been just my luck.
Yep. Under caution again. Yay.
And here we go. So, drivers without a win currently in the top 10. Gary Bauer hasn't had a win since last season. Jake Gordon hasn't had a win in the league yet. In the big cars. Tyler Graff hasn't had a win yet. Chris Parkman has a couple, 3-4 wins on the season already. Isaiah Dupree has a couple of wins on the season in the big cars.
Horse has got some damage. Did he eat some of that?
He ate some of that.
Okay.
Yeah, his left front wing definitely looks like my fat ass sat on it.
Or kicked it. One of the two. It looks like it's tweaked up.
Well, if you sit on it just right. John Napier has some wing damage as well. So a lot of cars catching a piece of that one. And that's going to change a little bit of the fuel strategy here. You know, the front of the field.
Race control. I'm not seeing Jake blinking. Just FYI. I heard it called out a couple times, and I'm not seeing it.
Jake's been known to blink under caution, but he's usually good under.
Oh, never mind. There was the blink.
He's up to 26 already.
I can tell you, he is normally not okay in the race. I am quite often behind him.
Well, that's because of his ISP, and it's something that I've discussed with a couple other drivers that are from the region of the country that Jake's from. It seems to be that everybody that's got a particular ISP, who I will not name, in the Indianapolis area, they have problems with that ISP, and they call the users call the ISP. The ISP says, "Oh no, it's," and I mean internet service provider when I say that. Oh no, it's Iracing. Call Iracing. Iracing goes, "No, it's your modem and your router and blah 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 blah." And yeah, no, that doesn't quite work. Somebody's going to take the blame, and nobody wants to.
Yeah, understand.
And in the meantime, you got drivers like Jake Gordon, who one of the young up-and-comers in the league. You know, he's basically getting it shoved in his hoo-ha because his ISP sucks. So lights are out. Lights are out on the pace car.
Thank you, Race Control.
No problem.
My ears, thank you.
I have no idea what that was all about, but we'll talk about it later. Gary Bauer, Jake Gordon, Alex Green, Tyler Graff, Isaiah Dupree, Chris Parkman, Dominic Byrne, Bill Roberts, Mike Whitaker, and Kevin Paskowitz rounding out your top 10. As we are crossing... We are currently 50 to go. We will be 49 to go when they get the green, and Gary Bauer are currently showing the way. Got shuffled back early, fought back hard, got hit at least a couple of times. Gary's had, if it wasn't for bad luck, Gary wouldn't have any at all this season, so it's good to see Gary running up front again. Waiting on it, and Gary pulls the trigger just before the green comes out. Jake Gordon with a ballsy move trying to jump in front of Alex Green. Parkman and Graff all over the backside of Green. Graff getting a little arrow whoop-de-doo going on there.
Okay, just for some clarification, because I hear the drivers going back and forth about it. You can, in fact, once the green is dropped, can jump in front of another driver. Can we not?
Yes.
Okay.
Green flag comes out, all bets are off.
Okay. All right. Well, there's different information going across the drivers right now.
You just can't pass before the start-finish line.
Ah, he passed before the start-finish line.
Who did?
Apparently, Jake.
No. Jake was on the outside of row number 1. He's currently sitting in second place. He didn't pass anybody.
So he just jumped up in front of on the inside.
He just changed lanes. When I say pass, had Parkman driven around Jake, because Parkman was starting on the outside of row number 2, had Parkman driven around Jake before they got to the start-finish line, that would have been a jump start.
I just watched it back anyway. They're just crying too much. There was a barn door open. He could have ran in and out of there with a car 3 times.
Anyways, Tyler Graff getting shuffled around right now as Isaiah Dupree trying his hardest to get around him. Gary Bauer protecting that low line like it's a newborn child right now, not giving Jake Gordon, if he wants to get around Gary Bauer, is going to have to do it the hard way. And Alex Green currently holding his line pretty well. It's good to see Alex back out on the track doing as well as he is. Alex has been another one of the cardiac kids this year. He's either been top 5 or been caught up in somebody else's mess. More caught up in somebody else's mess, though, than running top 5, unfortunately. But when he does finish well. So Gary Bauer continues to show the way. Jake Gordon right on his transmission tunnel. And this 7-car breakaway is really starting to put some distance between themselves and Kevin Paskowitz. As we are quickly approaching 40 to go. We're not there yet, but we are soon. Bauer continuing to show the way. Alex Green jumping up to the high side, leaving the hole open. Chris Parkman's going to stick his nose in there, and just like that, Alex Green is hung out to dry on the high line. A little bit of arrow push from Jake Gordon. Just caught him in the wrong time going into turn 1. Alex Green shuffled to the back like a bad playing card. And it looks like they're starting to put some distance on Tyler Graff. But if I know Tyler's come into his own as one of the more cerebral drivers that we have in the league. Oh, there it goes.
Uh-oh.
Yellow,
Who was that?
That was Dominic Byrne and Tyler Graff. So here we are backing it up as they come into. I have no idea what happened there.
Watching the back now.
I'm watching it again.
Oh, he got ran into the back of.
Yes, he did, but the question is why? That's why. Tyler Graff was checking
He
up.
was.
He was checking
Yeah,
up
he
for
was
Alex.
checking up.
And Dominic just clobbered him.
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't really, because unfortunately you can't, and I'm going to show the viewers this.
You cannot see it.
Here's what Dominic saw. Okay, let's back that up just a little bit. Here they are coming down the back straightaway. This is exactly what Dominic just saw. All you see is the ass end of Tyler's car.
Oh yeah.
You can't
That is
see
all you see.
You can't see Alex till after Tyler checks up.
Yep. Till
So-
after it's way too late.
So that I got to chalk that one up to a racing incident. You know, it was a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of moment. Because yeah, unfortunately Tyler comes out on the losing end of that stick, but Dominic had no way of knowing what was going on in front of Tyler. And you might want to warn. Never mind. I just went back live, so never mind. It was all on me. Gary Bauer staying out. Cody Eldred staying out. Mark Vega staying out. Everyone behind them going pit side. No matter what, everybody's going to have to make at least one more stop. Because there's no way you're going 40 laps on a tank of fuel.
How long was that last run?
I have absolutely no idea. At least 19 laps. No, I take that back. It was at least 13 laps because that was the last time Vega pit. So.
Look at Cody Eldridge back at the front. How long is he on his run?
15.
Okay.
He's 15. Vega is 14.
We're going to see some green stops towards the end, aren't we?
As has been tradition the last couple of weeks, yeah, I think we are. The question is, what's going to happen with these guys in the front? Because, you know, as we've seen, you know, Gary can probably make it to lap 114. However, it's still a big ask if it stays green to get to the finish from there.
Yes, indeed.
So, I mean, he could probably it'll be close. And if he doesn't have drafting help, he's pretty much up a creek with a paddle this deep. So, Gary Bauer, Cody Eldred, Mark Vega, Jake Gordon, Chris Parkman, Isaiah Dupree, Dominic Byrne, Alex Green, Kevin Paskowicz, and Bill Roberts. Your top 10 as the lights go out on the Mustang pace car. We'd like to remind everybody that this broadcast is being brought to you by RobertsTechJobs.com, your Midwest leader for temp to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. If you are an IT professional in the Midwest or looking to relocate, go to RobertsTechJobs.com, take a look and see what they have, and let Bill know that the ISL sent you. 105 laps currently in the books. Gary Bauer showing the way. Cody Eldred, defending Series 1 champion, or Season 1 champion, sitting outside row number 1. Mark Vega, Jake Gordon, row 2. Chris Parkman and Isaiah Dupree, row 3. Dominic Byrne, Alex Green, row 4. Kevin Paskowicz and series sponsor Bill Roberts are row 5. Lights are out on the pace car as they come through the 3-4 complex here at lovely Kansas Motor Speedway. Waiting on Gary Bauer as Jake Gordon blinks again.
Green flag, green flag.
And Gary waiting for the green to come out. Gary jumping out to an early lead. Vega up to second. Cody Eldred starting from one of the hardest starting positions in all of iRacing, outside row number 1. Very, very difficult to get a good jump from there, only because you can't see what the hell is going on next to you. So Vega up into second in the Team Paskey's PH Aware number 3. Cody Eldred right on his transmission tunnel, and they've got Chris the Punisher Parkman looking to get yet another win on the season. As Vega goes to the high side, Eldred hangs him out to dry. You got.
He's letting him back in. Yep, he let him right back in.
Cody's a smart racer. You're talking about a guy that won the championship last season and didn't have a single win.
I can tell you from firsthand experience, that's the guy you want behind you. Almost any time, whether he wants to win or not, that's the guy you want behind you, because you know he's gonna. If he gets around, it's gonna be clean.
If he gets around you, it's going to be clean, and if he can't get around you, he's going to push the shit out of your car to make sure you get the win.
So, yes, all day long.
Absolutely.
He's pushed me from laps back on delete laps before, so I can definitely tell you that firsthand experience.
So Team Paskey and Team Bofa trying to work with Three Musket Beers. And Gary Bauer running solo tonight. His teammate on Team Booze Brothers not here tonight at Kansas. As we are now 30 laps to go, Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you with Mr. Martin Miller and Mr. Chris Bouchard. Sorry about that, Chris.
Don't worry about it. A lot of people messed that up.
Sorry.
I've heard it all.
I do apologize. If you want, you can go ahead and just butcher my last name. So,
Interesting fact about my last name: in French, it means fat mouth. For all you fans watching the broadcast.
Why could I not have known that in high school? Because we had an English teacher with that last name, and I would have ripped on her so bad had I known that 20 plus years ago. Damn you. Anyways, Gary Bauer continuing to show the way. Vega goes to the high side again, gets to the rear tire, but that's about it. Stalls out as they go into turn 1 and coming out turn 2. Vega alone by himself on the high side. It looked like Cody wanted to go with him. However, right now, if Cody lifts off, he's going to get run over by Chris Parkman. So Vega getting hung out to dry. Isaiah Dupree, the Cavalry's trying to get there, but looks like we might be running out of time as Gary Bauer turns lap 30 on his stint right now. He's got to be in. There he goes.
To the pit.
There you go.
So Gary Bauer.
Hit the grass.
We stay green. Cody Eldred out front right now by a nose. Vega getting hung out to dry. Eldred 26 laps in. Vega 26 laps in. Parkman 12. Jake Gordon 12. Dominic Byrne 12. So basically, Cody and Mark are screwed.
Gary with a speeding penalty.
Oh, heartbreak.
Man.
That's a heartbreaker right there. As he goes a lap down, he's going to lose another one. Unless they're going to hold... No, they're going to hold him in the pit. That's what's going on.
Mark Vega pitting this time. Oh, he's too hot. He's too hot. He changed his mind.
Well, as they come through the turn 1-2 complex, Vega's got Isaiah Dupree and his teammate Kevin Paskowitz right behind him. Is anybody going to go with Vega? No, they're not.
Nope.
Vega's all by his lonesome. He can make it from here. Everybody else is begging for a caution. Cody Eldred, 30 laps into his stint right now, as he continues to show the way with a hungry Chris Parkman and an even hungrier Jake Gordon right on his transmission tunnel. Cody going into the pits. It looks like Dominic Byrne going with Cody. Yes, it is. Eldred going pit side. Byrne going pit side.
What's pit road speed here?
I have no idea. Click your info button on your HUD, and you'll be able to see it. Parkman showing the way right now with Gordon in tow. Isaiah
It is 45.
There we go. So, Parkman, Gordon, Dupree, Paskowitz, Graff, Roberts, Sparks, Whitaker, Byrne, and Eldred, your top 10. Eldred gonna lose some spots here.
Oh! Into the wall. Straight out of the pit.
What
was that?
That was Dominic Byrne.
It was Dominic Byrne.
What on earth happened there? Got
Looks
too
like
hot.
Mm-hmm.
Too hot, cold tires, caught those bumps, and tried to save it, and up the track he went. So that's going to help Cody, because that means Cody's now the lucky dog. And it's going to screw Quentin Young. It's going to screw Mark Vega. It's going to screw Alex Green, who were all trapped a lap down under pitting. And this now, gentlemen, and Dominic's still having problems on the apron, getting it looped again.
Oh, no. That's some terrible luck right there.
This is the money stop. If you were ever going to try to have the pit stop of your life, this is the time to do it. And everybody comes down pit road except Bob Lacavara. Looks like Bob's looking to get the wave around. Unfortunately, it's not going to do him much good. He's got to be almost out of fuel. He's 32 laps into this stint. So that's going to hurt badly. Vega can take a wave around. Alex Green's taking a wave around. That puts them back on the lead lap. Quentin Young taking the wave around. So that's going to leave us with, looks like, 12 cars on the lead lap. And I don't know if Alex Green can make it from here. 7 laps onto his stint already. So Alex has got to be conserving from here on out. And there we go. David Llewellyn and Bob Lacavara going to be both going pit side. So Parkman goes back to your back on point. It looks like John Napier taking a wave around as well. So that's going to give him one of his 3 laps back. So salvage a decent points day anyways. And there we see 4 of our 4 of our charity cars in a line there: pH awareness, the brain cancer awareness, Extra Life car, and Mike Whitaker in the Parents Against Distracted Driving. And if you want to know any more about these charities, you can go to parentsagainstdistracteddriving.org. You can go to extralife.org. Tyler will give us the website when the race is over, and you can go to phaware.org for more information about pulmonary hypertension awareness. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you can donate directly off of all of those sites with last I heard, it was north of 80% of every donation going to fund research for the different charities. Lights are out on the pace car here at Kansas Motor Speedway. Joey Trapasso up in the booth, joined with Martin Miller and Chris Bouchard. Chris, did you ever get the tree off your house from last night? Wait, that wasn't you.
Yeah, I was about to say, what tree?
I'm thinking,
I'll
never
say a
mind.
Christmas tree.
No, that was a different Chris. Never mind. So, yeah, I'm a little punchy right now, a little tired, as we are 124 of 140 laps into this event. Chris Parkman, Jake Gordon, Isaiah Dupree, Kevin Paskowicz, Tyler Graff, Mike Whitaker, Forrest Sparks, Cody Eldred, Bill Roberts, and Quentin Young, your top 10 as pace car getting ready to duck on off. Look for Chris Parkman to just put his foot right through the floorboard as soon as the pace car clears. And of course,
Nope.
I'm wrong.
He waited
Green,
all
green,
the way
green.
to the green.
Wow. Not taking any chances, trying to save as much fuel as he can.
Oh,
Parkman with 8 car lengths over Jake Gordon already. Gordon with 5 over Isaiah Dupree, and we've got a blinking Mike Whitaker.
yeah, that was that red and yellow or orange car that I was talking about earlier. He's been blinking a while, but he's been doing okay.
Next time, just say tie-dye. I'll know exactly who you're talking about. Parkman out front again. This is where he's most dangerous. As we are fast approaching 10 to go. 15 currently. Right now, your best battle on the track is Tyler Graff trying to make some moves right now.
On KP in front of him?
On KP in front of him.
No, they are actually working together. Tyler apparently was thinking he had some damage. KP was trying to let him know.
And Gordon goes to the high side. And his teammate Isaiah Dupree is going to go with him, it looks like. So 2 of the young gunners working together to try to get the wily veteran relegated back to in the pack. It's going to take more than 2 as Gordon almost annihilates Kevin Paskowicz. Paskowicz with a run right now. Arrow push. There goes.
Arrow push.
Oh,
Yellow,
geez.
yellow, yellow.
Oh, man.
Paskowicz caught arrow push, and Isaiah Dupree just... Thank God this is a simulator. Just pancakes the right side of that car. And Alex Green having nowhere to go. Thinking he was going to come down the banking, just clobbers him. Oh, my Lanta. Let's go on board and see what Alex saw there.
It looked like Kevin got on the apron a little.
Well, here we are riding along with Alex Green. You see Mark Vega right in front of him, and you see the smoke. Oh, that was it. Alex caught Vega and bounced up the track. That's what happened there. Tough break for Alex. So let's see what did happen with KP here. That's already after the caution came out. Here they are coming through the trioval. You see Jake Gordon there. There's Isaiah. Back that up another 5 seconds. And yep, KP caught the apron and just blasted Isaiah, unfortunately. So that's going to result in an EOL for KP, unfortunately, again. So lights are out, or lights are still on the pace car. We're going to have roughly a 7-lap shootout, somewhere around that general vicinity. And Chris Parkman has a couple of hungry drivers starting around him. Jake Gordon does not have a win yet. Tyler Graff does not have a win yet. Forrest Sparks does not have a win yet. And not sure what just happened with Paskowicz.
What happened to KP just now?
I'm thinking.
It looks like almost like your wheel would be out of calibration or done. Or
here's the thing. That's a known issue with the G29s.
I have a G920, so I'm aware.
Okay. Then
I have one too.
Well, with the G29s, Sam Cooper Bennett's had the issue. Jay Anderson has had the issue a couple times this season where the wheel just goes out of calibration or it just locks in the steering. The steering just locks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it looked like happened because there's no reason KP should have gone screaming through the grass like that. But
yeah, I was riding on board with him, and he just turned straight left.
Me too, straight into the wall. Oh, and he's too much on the throttle, too hot.
All right, so like I was saying, Chris Parkman's already got a couple wins on the season, so he's locked into the chase. He's already punched his ticket. Jake Gordon doesn't have an official win in the IR05s. Tyler Graff doesn't have an official win in the IR05s. Forrest Sparks does not have an official win in the IR05s. And they're going to be starting second, third, and fourth.
Sounds hungry.
Yeah. Jake Gordon, a young gunner, driving mini sprints in real life. Tyler Graff, a young gunner, driving go-karts in real life. Forrest Sparks, a young gunner, just hungry for a win, been sim racing most of his life. So, if it's going to happen, as the field's starting to form up, I believe we're going to get the one to go this time across the stripe, which is going to give us a 6-lap shootout when we go back to green.
Are you live?
I have no idea.
Pretty sure it is one to go, isn't it?
It is one to go. You're right, I'm not live. So that's going to give us a 7-lap shootout when we go back to green. And I do not envy Chris Parkman right now because he's got some very hungry people behind him. Mike Whitaker, I believe, has a win in the IR05 series already. I know Cody Eldred does. So, there's a lot of people that want a win right now to punch their ticket into the chase as the pace car goes off. And Jake Gordon blinks again.
Green flag, green flag.
Vega down onto the apron, very careful. There was a little bit of a checkup there. Everybody was anticipating, and Parkman snookered them all. But did he get too big of a lead? Here comes Graff. Here comes Forrest Sparks right behind him. Jake Gordon in tow. Cody Eldred in tow. When they get to him, they're going to have a head of steam. Can they all work together and get by Parkman? That's the question as we now have 6 to go. Forrest trying to get right up there with Tyler to push him. Cody Eldred right behind Forrest. Jake Gordon hung out to dry on the high line. And they are reeling in Parkman quickly. 4 miles an hour is the difference right now. Tyler getting ready to look. I think he's going to try it down the back straightaway if he's going to try it at all. Will he try it this early, though?
And John Napier has been parked.
Okay. Not sure what John did, but I will...
Let's say I was going to ask for the chat to be disabled shortly.
What did I miss?
Somebody threw some lighter fluid on the situation.
Next person that opens their mouth about it, you can park that person.
I think that already happened.
Okay.
The one person who was talking about that situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Glad to see that race control tonight, Chris. Good on you. Your first race, and you're already making friends. Glad to see it. As we are 3 to go right now.
Ooh, that outside. Oh, boy. Oh, he's going to have some help. Oh, make up your mind.
They're getting chippy in the front. The question is there enough time to catch Parkman as we are 2 to go? White flag this coming time across the stripe. Graf's going to have one last shot at him. Sparks trying all he can. Oh, this is not where... This is white knuckle time as the white flag is out. To get by him, I think they're going to have to turn him. It's way too late to try an outside run right here. Tyler Graf goes to the outside last second. Four Sparks goes
I don't think they're going to make this.
And
3 wide, 3 wide.
And Cody Eldridge eats the wall.
No.
Vega gets spun.
Oh, and it
oh,
gets destroyed. Oh, no.
Vega gets clobbered. I kind of got to put that on Forrest Sparks, though, because he's the one that pinched Cody high.
Oh, no. Oh, that was no good. There was some communication stuff going on that threw that off. Oh, no.
As Parkman with yet another win. And I don't think he's in TeamSpeak right now. Let me go look. No, he is not. So, and then Parkman looks like he may have hit the wall.
Yeah, he hit the wall. Now he's just having fun.
All right, so I don't see. I don't see Chris Parkman in TeamSpeak. So we are going to grab Mr. Tyler Graf and bring him down into the broadcast booth.
User was moved to your channel.
Tyler, Tony up in the booth. You got me, bud.
I do. I gotcha.
Yeah, congratulations on the... Why is this not...
You cut out, Tony.
Bear with me, sir. Congratulations on the podium tonight. We'll...
User was moved to your channel.
It looked like you were trying to last minute slingshot, but just didn't quite time it right.
Yeah, I had it planned. I was trying to get a gap, and at 3 to go, a certain somebody came in our channel and yelled at Alex, so that broke my concentration. 100%. So it is what it is, but I just needed a good top 3 finish. I've had so much bad luck in the last 10 laps of all these races the past couple weeks, so I'm just happy that I was there, and I'm in a spot right now to where I'm going to get into the chase regardless because of points, so
At least that's what it looks
it'd
like.
be nice to get a win, but if my win has to wait until the chase rounds, I'll take it then.
Well, at least that's what it looks like. Now, you're running one of the charity cars that we were talking about in the race earlier, and for the life of me, and I need to write this down, I could not remember what charity you were driving for.
So I drive for the CTFXC Drive to End Brain Cancer. It's a awareness and fundraising thing that I started with a friend of mine, and all the profits go to the American Brain Tumor Association.
Okay, and is there a website for that people can go to donate?
There's nothing as of now.
But there's a website for that you guys donate to that people could donate to as well, correct?
Yes, yep, American Brain Tumor Association. I think it's abta.org, I believe.
Okay. That was the information that I was lacking earlier. So congratulations on the podium. Another race well run. You are definitely maturing into one of the drivers to beat in this league, sir.
Thank you. I actually had someone tell me the same thing out on the kart track this weekend. So you predicted that you'd hope it would carry to the kart track, and it looks like you were right. So.
All right, good on you, Tyler Graff. We'll let you get back up to the post-race drivers meeting so you can hear all the fireworks that are going to go on up there, and I will grab Mr. Parkman and bring him down next.
User was moved out of your channel.
So now,
User was moved to your channel.
Chris Parkman, Tony up in the booth. You got me, bud.
Yes, sir.
No, another performance of Chris Parkman gets out front in clean air, and there's no stopping him.
Yeah, but I definitely had to work for it.
Well, that you did. A little bit different pit strategy from some of the other drivers tonight I saw.
Yeah, I don't like to hit when there's a whole cluster going at the same time. It just causes problems, so I like to, just wait it out as much as I can.
Well, it definitely worked out for you. How many wins on the season does this make this?
I think 6. 5 or 6.
I think you're correct, sir. So without, over exaggerating, I dare say that you have not only punched your ticket to the chase, you have punched your ticket to the chase with authority. Most wins on the season currently in either of the two series.
Yeah, well, I got the same goal every week, try to go out and win it. Trying to make a statement, because last season, it didn't work out too well for me, so I'm trying to make up for that.
Well, look at the bright side. The Achilles heel that you had last season was Pocono in the chase, and I don't believe that's going to happen this season because I don't think that's in the chase. So.
Yeah, I think it might have been Michigan, actually. I lost it. It was Pocono or Michigan, I can't remember.
Well, either way, you were definitely, if we were in Vegas, you're definitely leading the, whatever you want to call it, odds.
Bet on me now, folks.
All right, Chris, awesome performance. Thanks for putting on such a great show for us tonight. We'll let you get back up to the post-race drivers meeting.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
All right, thank you.
All right, so Chris Parkman, let's
moved out of
see
your
if
channel.
we can find Mr. Gordon. And there he is, and we will now bring
User was moved to your channel.
Jake Gordon into the broadcast booth. Jake, you got me, bud.
Yeah, I do, buddy.
Trying to get the high side working there towards the end. Didn't look like anybody wanted to go with you, though.
Yeah, but I guess that's just the nature of the beast that we chose to run, It's always hard to pass in these cars up high unless you have help or unless you know what you're doing like Parkman does, but I tried it and nobody seemed like they wanted to go up there and risk, their top 5. I just went back down and played follow the leader.
Well, you went back down, played follow the leader, and then all hell broke loose in front of you.
Yeah, Cody went up to the high side, and a couple laps before that, I offered to go up there and he didn't respond or anything. So I just went back down when he went up. And on the last lap in the last corner there, Forrest had hit the apron and slid up, and I went under him, and then I hit the apron and slid up, and I hit Forrest into Cody, and ruined Cody's top 5.
Well, that's something that the competition committee will take a look later. But as of right now, congratulations on the podium. Great points day for you. Definitely a well-needed points day for you. As you're looking to be one of the drivers, at least currently, to point your way in. Still some races left to try to get that elusive win to punch your ticket to the chase. But definitely a good points night is what you're looking for from here on out, right?
Yeah, I knew Parkman is, he knows these cars more than anybody does in this league. So, when I was in second behind him, I was just planning on getting a solid second because I haven't finished a race in these cars since I don't know when. But, yeah, it just seemed to work out in my favor there at the end.
Well, one of the up-and-coming drivers in the league, one of the young gunners, as we're referring to you guys as. Congratulations on your podium. I'll let you get back up to the post-race drivers meeting and all the fireworks that I'm hearing are going on up there.
Oh, yeah, yep. Thank you.
Jake Gordon, everybody.
User was moved out of your channel.
So, gentlemen, your first ISL race in the booth with the big cars. What'd you think?
I've been in the booth before with the big cars, but either way.
Well, you were in the DW12s in the booth. You weren't IR05s with us that week.
That's true. I drove the 12.
I have to say, this race was crazy.
Well, welcome to the ISL. That's about all I can say on that one is welcome to the ISL. This was actually one of our more tame races, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I greatly suggest you do not join that post-race drivers little get-together because there is some angry drivers.
Oh, boy.
All right, so let's go up there live and see what's going. No, I'm kidding. I am kidding. I don't like to do that. So we were 9 cautions for 36 laps, 11 lead changes. Most laps led. Anybody want to take a guess? Big surprise, Chris Parkman. So big mover. You know what? I'm going to bring Sparks down to the booth here.
User was moved to your channel.
He's muted.
Well, we're gonna try to bring Forrest Sparks into the booth anyways.
There he is.
There he is. Forrest Sparks, big mover of the night, starts 23rd, finishes 4th on the field. Awesome run for you, sir.
And to think, I almost didn't run tonight.
Yeah, exactly. So congratulations on getting the Hard Charger Award. Awesome race all night. I mean, you were in the top 10 the vast majority of this evening.
I wanted that podium, to be honest.
Well, you almost had it, but one of them last lap melees is what can happen. When you throw a steak out there to some hungry dogs. But you got to be proud of it. 4th isn't bad. I mean, you're still right there in the hunt. Great points night for you. I believe you went a lap down early and fought back from that. So, hell of a run for us.
Yeah, I fell 2 laps down because I had to tow from the second wreck I was involved in. Actually, I was only involved in 1. The only downside is I entered this race 8 points back, and 8 points back from the bubble. So hopefully I gained enough on Mr. Lacovara to take that spot back from him.
He finished 7 positions behind you, and you getting the bonus point for the the hard charger, I believe that's going to leave you two tied going into next week's event.
And I don't know what the tiebreakers are, but that would give, because I finished 4th, I have 4 top 5s. So, and neither of us have a win.
Well, definitely congratulations. We wanted to bring you down and at least celebrate the fact that you were, able to get the hard charger award tonight. Great run for us. If you want, I can move you back up, or you can move yourself back up if you choose to. From what I'm hearing, there's a lot of fireworks going on in the post-race drivers meeting. We will be there shortly to try to play peacekeeper. And we will see you hopefully Sunday as well in the DW12s back here at Kansas. And I believe, are you in the booth this week at Five Flags, sir?
I think it's actually supposed to be IRL. The schedule that's on the group page is not correct.
Oh. Well, let me pull up the schedule, because I know I have a copy of it, because I'm the one that wrote it.
Yeah, because the one that's on the group page says Five Flags, but I was told that is incorrect.
Well, let's take a look, shall we?
But Auto Club next week, so I'll definitely be there.
Five Flags at night. IRP is the following week.
Ah, okay, so they got it mixed up. Yeah, I'll definitely going to be in the booth for that. Well, I guess depending on how work goes and if setting up the session goes
I
better
cannot
than
make
did
it,
last
sadly,
week.
because I don't own either the car or that track.
We had technical issues.
Not a problem, Chris. Got Chris in Skype. So for us, we'll see you Thursday night, hopefully, and I really do hope to see you back here in the DW12s on Sunday. Get that elusive first win in the ISL here.
Can only hope. Thanks for having me up here.
All right, so gentlemen, that's going to wrap things up here for what we're doing. This has been a presentation of the Roberts Tech Jobs
User disconnected from your channel.
RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League. Tony Trapasso, Chris Bouchard. I really, my lips can work, I promise.
Bouchard.
Chris Bouchard, Martin Miller, on behalf of the entire ISL, ladies and gentlemen, we hope to see you back with us Thursday night as we take the Pro Mazda Series to Five Flags in lovely Pensacola, Florida. And then we will be back here Sunday. Broadcast scheduled to start roughly 8:20 Eastern Time Sunday as the DW12s visit the lovely Kansas Motor Speedway. Broadcast Thursday night is scheduled to go off roughly 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, be safe and try to stay out of the weather.